Hello lovely people of the internet, and welcome back to Panda Creates Tutorials. I'm Panda and I am back today with a very quick tutorial on teaching you how it is actually possible to layer heat transfer vinyl over glittered HTV. Now, it's not technically layering, it's a little bit of a cheat, but anybody who's been in the heat press game for a little while will know that you can't you can't layer over glitter HTV. Okay, not only is this manufacturer recommendations, but it's also been tried and tested by thousands of people worldwide, and it's a fail every time. Okay, me personally, I thought I knew better than Siser and decided that I was going to do it regardless of what I had learned. And I think I got through maybe 2 or 3 washes before it all came apart on me. So it's definitely not recommended, especially if you are selling. You don't want the integrity of your product being taken down by a simple mistake like layering over glittered HTV. So I thought, I've already done, look, here's the design that I've been working on here, right? What I'm going to be showing you in this tutorial is something that I have to make anyway, and then as I was doing it I thought, hey, this might be a really good idea to turn it into a tutorial, and now here we are. So the 2 examples that I'm going to be showing you today, one will be in Silhouette Studio, the other one will be in Cricut Design Space. Now, I am a Silhouette user, but I have taught myself how to use Cricut Design Space so that I can, when I do tutorials that require me to show you what I'm doing on the computer, I'm able to give both Silhouette and Cricut users the option to watch my tutorial and not have to go looking somewhere else to learn how to do it. So I am a Silhouette user. The example that I'm going to be doing first is how to layer text over an image. This will also work for text over text, which I will show you at the end, or image over image, which I'm not going to bother showing you at all. Okay, so I've already got my brush strokes, and just for the sake of visual notes, the color black will be our glittered HTV, which is our bottom layer, and any red will be our plain. Right, so I use Easyweed. It doesn't have to be Easyweed, it's whatever vinyl you can, which I've done in the past. You can even layer glitter over glitter using this method. Okay, so the 2 words that I want to start with are humble and hustle, and I'm going to come and pick my Boston Traffic font. Okay, now I want to right click weld, right click group both of my words. Okay, and I'm doing both so that I can show you 2 times, okay, because it is a quick process, so I figure if you double up, it's got a better chance of learning faster as well. So I'm going to color both of these red as per our little color tags here. Alrighty, now humble is first. I'm going to drag humble over here and I'm going to size it until it's about where I want it. Okay, that looks good. Now, once I've sized it and I know, right, it's welded, it's grouped, it's sized, it's positioned, right, I'm going to go across to my offset button, which is this little star here, and offset this at 0.02. Okay, that gives us a really skinny, I'm going to move that down, right click group our offset, a really skinny offset. Okay, you don't want to, the process won't work if you try and cut the word that you've written, because you're not going to, once it goes to press, it's not going to line up properly. You are going to have overlaps, and any kind of overlap means that you're layering over glitter, right? So you always want to have a really skinny offset. So I'm going to make, hang on, every direction. Okay, we're going to make this pink, right, just for the sake of standing out. Okay, so I'm going to position my 0.02 offset that I made. Okay, I'm going to select all. I'm going to click this little rectangle circle button, which is our modify panel. Right, modify, and subtract all. Okay, once that button is hit, I can move my offset out of the way, and I'm left with this cutout. Okay, now this cutout is what I was just talking about with you don't want to have the overlap. So now that this has cut out with the 0.02, I can now go ahead and layer whatever HTV I am using. So for this project it'll be HTV, right? If I zoom in, you can see that tiny little white offset. That's not going to be too noticeable to the naked eye, but it does enable you to essentially layer any kind of vinyl you like over glitter without actually layering excuse me, actually layering over the glitter. Okay, so sneaky, right? It looks layered, but it's not quite. Okay, ta-da! And then none of my edges of my top layer are going to be touching any of my bottom layer, and that is how it's going to keep the design to hold. Okay, so we're going to do exactly the same thing with this one. I'm going to size it up to where I want it. Maybe there. Okay, so again, I want to go offset 0.02, enter, and that leaves me with this skinny little one. Right click group. Right, I'm going to make it pink again just for the sake of this tutorial. Whoops, we forgot a bit, guys. There we go. And reposition it where we want it. And then we're going to select all of it again. Our little modify panel. Subtract all. Move our offset away and get rid of it. Now we will be able to line this up as well, like that. And now this project is ready for cutting, right? So I would cut my 2 black pieces on my glittered HTV, my 2 red pieces on my normal HTV. Please guys, remember that we have to flip it because it's HTV. Okay, so now this is ready to go through the cut machine. This is what it's going to look like at the end. So at the very end of the video, I will have cut this project and I'm going to show you physically how to press it onto a shirt. Okay, but that is it for the silhouette version. I am just quickly going to show you how you would do just text, no image. Okay, so I'm going to do my son's name. Make that nice and big. What font do we want to use? Let's go attack. Okay, so same deal, world group. Okay, this is going to be our top layer. So we want to go offset, but this time we want to bump it up a little bit because this is going to be our bottom layer, right? So we want it nice and thick. I'm going to go apply. Right click group because it's not all touching. Okay, so I'm going to make this black now because that's our nice big chunky glittered HTV offset. Okay, from your chunky offset the process is exactly the same. Okay, we're going to go back to our original text. Our offset is going to be 0.02 again. Press enter. We're going to group this. We're going to make it pink so that you know it's the offset. We're going to position that where it needs to be. I'm actually going to go up the top here. Actually, I'm not going to because then you guys can't see. Okay, if you go over to the transform panel to the side here, I'm going to align it vertically line it horizontally. I wasn't too far off actually. Okay, select all again. Go to our modify panel, subtract all, drag our offset away and get rid of it. And then once again, our text is going to sit in there snug as a bug. And that is how you do it with text as well, right? So exactly the same process, except instead of already having your image that you're going to cut into, you make a chunky offset first, and then the same process again. All right, I will be back to show you how to do it with Cricut Design Space, and then we will press the shirt at the end. Okay, so now that we're done with Silhouette, let's move on to Cricut Design Space. Now, as I explained at the start of the video and in previous videos before, I am a Silhouette user. I am not a Cricut design, like I'm not a Cricut user. I don't have a Cricut machine. But one thing that I did want to bring to my channel is the ability to be able to watch, regardless of whether you're a Silhouette or a Cricut user, I am teaching myself how to use Design Space so that when I do a tutorial, if it requires any computer work that I have to show you guys, instead of me just doing it in Silhouette, I then, as an added bonus, I can then show all of my Cricut subscribers how to do it in Design Space as well, which is why I show both. Now, a little video is about to pop up at the top of your screen. I have already done a video on how to do offsets. That was done before the offset feature was added to Design Space. So that goes through the whole rigmarole of having to do it in Inkscape and then exporting it and yada yada, right? Now that we're, you know, Cricut has caught up a little bit and they have their own offset feature, this tutorial is going to be a hell of a lot easier now that we have the offset feature. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm just going to do text for this one instead of doing text and image like the last one. So let's do something a little bit more complex, shall we? Full. There we go. I can spell. Okay, now I want to make that centered, and I want to bring, actually I won't mess with the line space yet. What I am going to do is change the font to something pretty. Nope. Let's go Alana. There we go, that's pretty. Okay, and I'm not going to mess with the line space, so I'm going to make that bigger. Okay, now with our beautiful, wonderful offset feature, once we have typed our text, we're going to go up to offset. Yeah, that's perfect, actually. Okay, so we're going to change you. Actually, we'll keep you black. We're going to change you to red, and we're going to keep the same as we had first, okay? So black is glitter, red is Easyweed or whatever other vinyl. Okay, so that is done. Now we want to move you here. Okay, now we're going to go the same again. We're going to go offset, but this time we want to bring it right down. Whoop. Okay, let's go 0.1. No, 0.05. 0.75. Okay. And I'll show you why in a second, okay? You want to have just that teeny tiny, where's my zoom button? Right, that teeny tiny offset, right? You don't want your offset right up against the line, because even if just the edges of your top layer are touching that Glitter Htv as your base layer, obviously the edges are the most important parts to press as well, because that's what really keeps it adhered to the shirt, bag, hat, whatever. But you don't want your top layer touching the glitter at all, which is why you have that slight little gap. If you remember the little white gap that we had in the silhouette one, same deal here. So I'm going to change it to yellow. Zoom back out. Okay, because we want to put this one over here like this. And I have not done this in Cricut yet. I mean, I have a pretty good idea of how to do it because it's the same process as other things. But we might go back to the 0.5. Let's see how this works, right? We're going to select all of it and we're going to slice it. We're going to take this out. And then we're going to take this out, and we're going to get rid of that. We're going to get rid of that. And then, da-da-da. Oh. I resized it, didn't I? That's okay. Let's have a play. Oh, that's pretty damn accurate. Let's make it just a little bit bigger. Okay, I think I'm going to start from the beginning because that 0.5 is going to be what we need. Okay, so I want that. And then I want just repeating all the steps that I just did, guys. Sorry, but I think that 0.05 is going to look better, and then this time I won't go what's the word, messing with the sizing on anything. I'm just going to bring that down. Okay, so again, we're going to select all. I'm going to slice, pull this and this out of the way. Alright, so we've got our glitter layer, and our normal layer should now sit. There we go, that fits a lot better. Okay, so you still have that gap. See that white gap? Okay, that's going to prevent you from oh, too far, come back. That's going to prevent you from overlapping your top layer onto your glitter layer, right? Which is why we always make it a little bit bigger. But that is how you do it in Cricut Design Space. So just to recap, you do your big thick offset, then you do your little offset, then you pull your little offset over your big offset, and we slice. Okay, and what's left is your outline, which is your bottom layer, and then the text over the top. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get that first project cut, and I will be back to show you how to press the two layers onto a shirt. Okay guys, so we are back. I have cut my design and we are ready to press. Now I do apologize in advance. Usually where I do all of my pressing, I don't usually film any of this. So it is going to be upside down for you guys because I have no way of setting the camera up in the opposite direction. But you can still tell what I'm doing, even though it's upside down. So we're going to go with silver Glitter Htv, and then we're going to be using this blue over the top. So the first thing that we're going to do is press our Glitter Htv onto our t-shirt. I do my presses at 170 degrees Celsius or 340 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and then this should be an instant peel. And we have, I will hold it up for you guys, our beautiful glitter. Okay. So now, remembering that we've cut this out so that we can layer over our Glitter Htv, I'm going to line up our HTV this way. Actually, I'm going to get this. There's never a pair of scissors when you need them, is there? Okay, I'm going to do this in 2 lines. Okay, so we'll go humble first. I want to make sure that I'm lining up on that black part, like so. We'll do the same with hustle. Making sure I've got no overlaps. Okay, and the same deal again. 170 or 340 for 20 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we will have layered over Glitter Htv in a way where it's going to stay. So if I move this way for you guys, there it is. Okay, now this blue does have a slight metallic to it. I'll turn this off so I can show you. Right, see, it does shine as well, so you can use any vinyl over it, but you can definitely see that that is glitter. That silver is glitter, and that, staying in frame, that is how I layer over Glitter Htv in a way where it's going to stay put for a very long time. I hope this helps some of you with your crafting. Let me know in the comments if you've heard of this method before or if you've never seen such magic, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.